Hey, this is Sherman rolling with Highland Park Lapidary, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of the new CB8 Cabbing Machine. This is it here. I know many of you guys have been waiting to see this thing. It's pretty badass. I'll give you just kind of a run through. I don't have wheels on it yet. I just pulled it out. So one of the first things about the CB8 that really makes it good is it's made out of 304 stainless. Nobody else's machines are 304 stainless. So you put a magnet on here. I'll get a magnet later. We'll put a magnet on there. You'll see. We cut for a living in our Philippine factory, and one of the things that is real important in a cabbing machine is, for years, everybody makes a cabbing machine who's got the sharp edge, and you put your wrist on it, and if you're working, that edge is stupid. So what we did on this is we actually, it takes more work, we roll the stainless. So I can rest my hand on here against the wheels. This is an 8-unit cabbing machine. So it's really designed to be able to work sitting very comfortably, as opposed to having a sharp edge that's pointing into the edge of your arm. And if you do a lot of cabbing, it's fatiguing to be holding up in the air. And it always strikes me as amazing that people continue to make machines that are really uncomfortable. So that's one of the things we did, is we built that in. If you look at the thickness of the stainless on this, this is built out of rigid machine. It's all TIG welded together. The sprayers here are individual needle valves. This is an idea that we actually got from Raytech. Raytech made terrific machines back in the day. And this is needle valve design, is a design that they did on their machine. And you'll notice that each one of these has a felt pad. This felt pad is basically, the spray comes in here. The felt pad makes your water flat on your wheel. And that makes a big difference, because it's, when you've got a flat lay, you've got consistent water pattern on your wheel, so you're not having dry spots in your wheel when you're cabbing. So these are all replaceable. In fact, this whole manifold can come out here with a couple screws for you to be able to update, but it's super easy to do that. The shaft here is made out of 316 stainless steel. It's rigid. Inside, you'll note that this is not a center motor. This is an overhead motor, and we go with a 1 horsepower continuous duty motor. We run a couple of Titans, Diamond Pacific Titans, in our factory and shop in Texas. We like the Titans, but the biggest problem is the motors get extremely hot. And for many of you who may have had Titans in the year, there's a series of people that went through some motor problems as they went to the WEG motor, which I think was Brazilian motor. And some of the older ones were Balders, but replacement on a Balder is super expensive. We use a standard NEMA 56 frame motor with a Serpentine Belt. So if you all have your cars, you've got a Serpentine Belt inside. It's extremely smooth operating and gets us into form factor that then's now more narrow. So you'll also notice that our shaft length is a lot longer here, so we can have a lot more space between the wheels. One of our big problems when we're working in our operation is, with the wheels being too close together, your risk of being able to touch the wheel, the opposite wheel when you're working, is higher. And anybody who's used Cab King or using the little Pixies or that, you'll run into problems where you'll have at risk of touching that. That's eliminated by having a lot more space here. We give you a ton of bushings, so you can space wheels. If you want to stuff more wheels in, if you want to put 2 wheels in, we give you enough spacers to be able to do that type of stuff. Now, one other thing you'll notice here is the drains here are big. This is not some tiny drain that goes to the back. They're dropped below the surface, and you'll note that the whole unit itself is slightly angled back, so your water flow goes to that drain. You're not going to get clogged here. We're not a huge fan of spitters. This is designed to be able to have water come into it. You'll look on the back here, bring the camera around. Here's your inlet here, which is a standard 1/4 inch line or 6 millimeter metric line. A 1/4 inch line can go right in there, and that feeds your manifold there. Standard power cord here. I've got caps on these drains. I generally would just have these open going in. This is threaded. This is a threaded drain here. The aesthetics of the machine are really designed to be beautiful. This is a machine that will definitely outlive any of us that are watching this video. It's solid, it's rugged. The bearings are very heavy duty flange bearings that are fully replaceable. There is a spinner inside here that spins off any of the water. You'll actually see it's a felt gasket that then keeps any water from working back into the bearings. Your serviceability is right here from this front cover. So that's really the main features of the unit. It's really, to use this machine, it's a remarkable machine. It's quiet, it's very, very rugged, and it's got a huge amount of power. So you're not running into the problems of leaning into the wheel, as you've used some of the smaller units out there. They just don't have the same guts as this. This has got a lot of power to it. It's really designed for continuous production. It's priced right now $14.95. The price is going to go up. It's $14.95. It does not come with wheels. We do offer wheels separately, but we're a believer of allowing you to choose the grits that work for your particular application, rather than, you know, force fitting you a bunch of wheels that may or may not actually work for your particular application. So definitely go to the website, hplapidary.com, look for cabbing machines. There you're going to find the C8, and you can check it out.